Little skittle up in the house. I got my pen in my hand and I'm about to spit some bars. My bars are hotter than Mars. 2036 got flying cars. I've been counting Modo for show.
Hello, it's your girl Jasmine O, and welcome to my first video here on my channel. I'm so glad you decided to join me today. If you are wondering what you and a bird have in common, then keep watching. So I don't know if you've heard, but we are getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Come closer. We're getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. And what does uncomfortability and myself have to do with a bird? Well, so I don't know if you're aware of this, but when a mother eagle, in preparation for her baby eagles, okay, her eaglets, I think that's what you call them, in preparation for them, she builds a nest, okay, all right, but the foundation or the certain things that the materials that she uses to build her nest, she starts out by using thorns and branches, sharp branches, broken branches, and sharp rocks, and she puts them as her base, okay? And you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with anything? But it's her secret tool for later. She builds her nest with thorns, sharp rocks, and branches, okay? And then she puts a thick wool, thick fur of animals that she's killed. Then she makes it real comfortable, real plush on the inside. And you're probably just thinking like, oh, the other materials were to create a strong foundation. Sure. She has her eagles. She's feeding them. She's nurturing them. She's making sure that they're growing, okay? And then, by the time the bird reaches flying age, the comfort and the nest and the luxury of getting food and meals, like they don't want to leave. I don't know about you, but give me some luxury hotel and some good food for free. Oh, I'm in there like swimwear, child. But they don't want to leave. So the mother eagle, okay, she starts using her secret tool. She starts to pull up the fur. She starts to pull out that thick wool, that comfortable plushness that the baby bird has gotten so used to being in there that it's made them comfortable in staying. And she starts to expose those thorns and those sharp branches and those sharp rocks in hopes that that uncomfortability will push them because they're at a stage where they should be ready to fly. But because they're feeling comfortable, they don't want to leave. See, that uncomfortability that you're feeling is because you are ready to fly. Like that eaglet, it's time for you to go. You're at that stage. You're at the next level. You're at the place where you are has been comfortable. You're comfortable because everybody knows you. You know it well. You're an expert level. Okay, you're here with it, right? And this new level requires vulnerability because you have to understand that you don't know these things. It requires you to recognize that, oh, I might not be all of that like I thought I was. And that's okay. And so I'm here to encourage you that we're getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, pushing past that uncomfortability. How do I push past that uncomfortability? Well, one, recognize that it won't be perfect. It won't be perfect. Perfection is not the goal. Now, I'm not saying just put anything just out there and be okay with how things look, but I'm also trying to encourage you that it won't be perfect because you don't know much. You're new to this. This is a new level for you, whatever that looks like. That means you have to spend time learning. That means you have to spend time reading and tapping into other resources and other mentors who've been there or who are there and who are also ahead of you. So you can ask them questions like, hey, how did you get here? How were you able to do this? What does this look like? You need to gain more information for the next level that you're going to. And just understand and be comfortable to know that it will not always look perfect because you don't know. What you're going to produce is going to reflect where you are. And that is okay. Nobody's expecting perfection. Don't put out just anything, but nobody's expecting perfection. Okay? I think another reason why we're also kind of like a little dilly-dally and feeling uncomfortable is because of the fear of failing. But failing is a part of learning, and that's one thing that I'm always teaching those that I come in contact with, that when you fail, you've just discovered another way of something not working. That's one thing my mom always used to tell us. Failure Failing doesn't mean you're a failure, right? Failing doesn't mean that it's over. And failing becomes a failure when you stop, when you make it final and you stop at where you are. You can keep growing, you can keep learning, you can keep finding out more information. You don't need to stop where you are because you've discovered, okay, this won't work. Now I'm going to take everything that I'm using to go and make it better. See, when that eagle gets time to fled out of the nest, the mom knows that they are at that ready stage, but they themselves, they don't know. So she has to pull up the things that are uncomfortable and make them uncomfortable in that nest so it forces them to move. That uncomfortability that you're feeling is forcing you to move because you are ready for your next step. But when that baby bird fleds out of that nest, they don't always fly. They fall, and it's okay. It's okay to fall. It's okay to fail, but don't just stay there. But even in those moments, as they're flapping their wings to try and get up and to move and to try and soar, they are still strengthening their wings. They are still strengthening those muscles and moving it and flexing it. Whereas if they were in the nest, they will never do so. So even as you find yourself moving and making progress, you're learning, you're trying to discover, you're trying to understand what that looks like. Understand that when you fall, when you fail, it's okay, but you're still strengthening. You have knowledge now that you didn't have before. You have knowledge now that you wouldn't have known before because you chose to move out of that nest, to move out of that nest of comfortability. So I'm here today to challenge you to get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable so you can move. All right, we're not staying here so you can move. Being stagnant can cause death. Because I mean, let's think about it. If that eagle stays where it is making itself vulnerable to other predators, to become prey, to die. And you don't want your joy to die. You don't want your peace to die because you're feeling frustrated. You're feeling like there's something more that I should be doing. So I'm here to challenge you to get comfortable, to feel it uncomfortable so you can be pushed out of that nest. Because even in your flooding, even in your failing, even in your learning and that progress, you are still flexing those muscles, which will get stronger and stronger. And eventually, when you step out again, as you're doing it, you're going to just keep flying, flying, and soaring. An eagle doesn't start out flying as high as their parents can, but they start flying. And as they build and as they go, they get higher and higher. And that's what you want to do. As you go and as you move and as you do those things, you're going to get higher and better and stronger and more confident in it. Feeling uneasy, it's okay. It's new territory. You're new here. All right. So a couple of takeaways that I want you to take from this video is that you won't know everything, and that is okay. Find a mentor, find resources, read up about where you want to be, find others who have been where you are going, where you are, where you want to, how you want to jump, okay? And tap into their advice and their knowledge. It won't be perfect, that's okay. Progression over perfection. And also, failing is not the final say so. It's not the final do. If you fail, that's okay. You can get back up, but it's only failure if you choose to stay there. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you come back soon because there's so much to talk about. If you enjoyed this video today, give me a thumbs up. And I want to challenge you down in the comments. How are you getting uncomfortable this week? What are you getting comfortable with? What makes you uncomfortable? And how are you getting comfortable with that? Just tell me one thing that you're going to do. For me, I'm getting comfortable with putting myself out there. I am a background person. I will help you, but I don't want to be seen. Nobody talked to me, but here we are. And so I want to hear how you're getting comfortable this week. And I hope you come back soon. I can't wait to see you, for you to join me next time, because we have so much more to talk about, all right? But until next time, bye.
Got my pin in my hand, and I'm about to spit some bars. My bars are hotter than Mars. 2036 got flying cars.